about anxiety today. Another one of my videos where I try and distract you from your anxious thoughts and help you get out of your brain for a little while at least. So, let's just discuss anxiety. And let's zoom in just a little bit here. When you're feeling anxious, the smallest amount of things can feel absolutely monumental, where you feel like everything you've been led to believe about a certain situation or a certain person is false, and anxiety completely takes over your brain. Things that are almost ridiculous to believe become very, very easy to believe. Let's just draw here someone really under a lot of anxiety. Sweat marks here, maybe some lines here. This person is suffering from an anxiety attack, or maybe they're very concerned with people talking about them, and they're just stuck right here in their head. This is where all of it's happening. The funny thing about anxiety is that there's almost no proof. Everything is made up and in your head, and it just snowballs. This person probably noticed some sort of reaction from someone else. Maybe someone was a little short with them. Maybe someone that they really, really like, a family member, a loved one, a good friend. Maybe they laughed at them, or were just very dismissive. And so they completely changed their outlook on them in just a matter of seconds. Because if this person's laughing at you, they obviously don't like you. They never did. And they're just pretending to be your friend. Maybe your anxiety is much, much worse. And it goes to very dark places where you start saying very terrible things about yourself. So maybe something very innocent like this, where someone that you are close to comes across as very dismissive, and so you start the snowballing. Maybe it starts with, they never liked you. They think you're terrible. They don't want to spend any time with you. They don't like being around you. Maybe it gets even darker. Like, you were never liked. People around you only pretend to like you. And you start saying really, really negative things to yourself. But, of course, it's all in your brain. You tell this is all happening with zero definitive proof. No evidence whatsoever. The anxiety just completely takes over your thoughts and your brain. So this is this person here speaking very negatively about themselves. So, how do we try and control our thoughts when we're anxious? One of the main things I've been trying to practice is separating my thoughts. Being an observer, looking at my thoughts from an outside perspective. So maybe we're over here, anxious, nervous, sweating up a storm, worried about what people are saying, taking really small gestures and actions and blowing them out of proportion to monumental levels where you could almost convince yourself that these people don't want you in their life and you want to run away, and you're doing them a favor, and you start having these negative thoughts. We'll make a negative thought bubble right here. These lines of just nonsense that just take over. If you can just master trying to, or not even master, but you can just start separating yourself, being an observer. Maybe you just step away for a second and you're fully allow the thought to take place. Feel the negativity, all the negative energy that you feel. Allow it to just play through. But be an observer to it. Study it. There we go. So instead of being your thoughts, you're simply observing your thoughts. And it hits you different. It really does. You start thinking, oh, I'm wondering why I'm having these thoughts exactly. Why do I feel like people that care about me very much want me out of their life? And it's important to completely embrace the pain and just really let it play out, because sometimes your anxiety gives you just little snippets of what ifs and, oh gosh, terrible feelings here and terrible feelings there. But if you just really sit there and observe, you can really just let it play out, and it's really not that bad. The feelings that you may experience aren't that bad. It's kind of like you're sitting there and you can manage to become an observer. Maybe you're sitting, watching TV. But the TV is your thoughts. But you're just in the safety of your own little mind. Watching. Watching like a viewer. Trying to understand, why am I feeling this way instead of I am this way? Because it's very easy to just get completely convinced by anxiety that these thoughts are truth, and they're really not. All of the scary things you're thinking, step away and just observe them. just think about why you're having these thoughts instead of being the thoughts itself. That's an interesting idea. So, all my anxiety wants me to think all of my loved ones hate me, that they think that I'm better off being alone, I'm a nuisance in their life, I've said something stupid, they'll never take me seriously again, I'll never recover from this. Let all that pain, all those crazy emotions play out fully in your head. Feel the embarrassment, feel the pain that would come from that instance. If it were true, just let it completely play out. But be an observer. Maybe take notes. You could maybe make it scientific. Maybe we're going to write down evidence to these feelings that we have. Like a clipboard, we could write down everything we're feeling. Just right here. This is our pen where we're making notes and writing everything down like a scientist, really trying to get to the bottom of what's really happening in our brain instead of the what ifs and allowing anxiety to completely take over. Why do I feel like the people that love me want me out of their life? When you say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous. These are people that love you very much. Why would they want you to be in pain by yourself? Really think about these things. Really, really think about it. And get to the bottom of it by finding out the truth. And so you can figure out why. So when you're telling yourself you want to be isolated, maybe it's you trying to cope with the embarrassment. Maybe you did something embarrassing. Maybe you said something inaccurate. Or maybe you made a fool of yourself. It doesn't really matter because anxiety is going to make it a lie anyway. So whatever the situation is, whatever's happening, find out the truth of why. Maybe your idea of coping with doing something embarrassing is to just run away. And the anxiety is telling you to run away for their sake, but it's maybe your way of just handling it. And it's the incorrect way. Any form of judgment needs to come from yourself. And I'm nowhere near achieving that. But the only opinion that matters is yourself, is your own opinion. If you're able to understand yourself, you start to talk to yourself a lot nicer. You start allowing thoughts like, why would these people want me out of their life? Why someone awesome like myself, someone that people enjoy being around, why would they want me away from them? You start allowing these thoughts in. And it's not easy to approach this or, get to this state of mind. And I'm not saying it is, but I'm telling you, if you can kind of shift. Wow, look at those hands, huh? Anyway, if you can kind of shift your mentality to yourself instead of what other people think of you, they want you to be away, they want you to go away, they want you to feel bad, they don't ever want to talk to you again, stuff like that. If you can completely shift it so that you are observing as a scientist, trying to understand what it is that you feel truly, you'll allow for thoughts where you can say, people do like me. I bring very good things to this group. People enjoy my company. I'm able to contribute to my family, to the conversations. My opinion is valued. People truly love me. Why would they want me to be gone? And honestly, really tell yourself, really speak up about yourself. Speak yourself up, talk yourself up. Really fill yourself with love. I'm great. I have zero actual evidence that these people dislike me. No one has outright told me, you are disgusting, we hate you, we don't want you near me. No one has ever said these things. But I can guarantee, if you really tried, you would find more instances of caring, loving interactions from the people around you. The people love you. People want you in their life. They want to make sure you're happy. They want to make sure you know you're loved. And I've said this many times in other videos, that people aren't thinking about you as often as you're thinking about you. These people have their own problems to get through. People have almost zero time to fully think about someone else as often as you think about your own self, your own mistakes, your own things you've messed up, your own embarrassments, things that you think will forever be in other people's minds. It's just all in your head. They're thinking about their own embarrassing situation. They're not ever going to wish, if they truly care about you, and you'll be able to tell who really cares about you, and you just already know. They would never wish that upon you. They really, really want the best for you. Even if you did something embarrassing, they understand you're human, and people make mistakes. And they move on to something in their own life. It's not about you. Because in your brain, you want to stay under the radar. You don't want to make a fuss. You want to be in the crowd because you don't want to be lonely. You don't want to be kicked out of the tribe, so that you just want to come across as just really passive and, just like them, but they're thinking the same exact thing. I just recently spoke to a friend that told me, or he reminded me of a situation that happened many years ago, and I guess it wasn't many years, maybe 4 years ago, that I had completely forgotten about. It was something that he did that he was embarrassed about. And he said, remember that time when I did this? And I said, no, I don't remember that. I don't remember that because it wasn't important. He said, oh man, that was really embarrassing for me. I think about it all the time. And I said, I haven't thought of it once until you just now brought it up again. And he said, really? And it was almost just unbelievable for him. And the truth is, yes, I hadn't thought of that situation at all until he brought it up again. And that's another instance, another example of when you're just completely self-absorbed in your mistakes. You just completely convince yourself that, oh man, everyone's thinking about this. No one's going to ever let me live it down. I can guarantee that was not the case here. And I said, I love you. I love you so much. I would never want to put something like that over your head. It meant so little to me. Whatever happened, I've already forgotten about it. And all I could do was just cherish him, treasure him, make sure he felt loved. And maybe you could do that for your anxious friends as well. When you get to a point where you understand a little better and you can step away from your own thoughts and all those negative thoughts, you should turn it around and use it. Use this newfound knowledge and ability to step away from anxiety and make sure the anxious people around you are feeling loved and that they don't feel embarrassed, that they feel welcomed even after their embarrassing incident, that it's not something that defines them. It's not something that you'll always remember about them. Make sure that they can be themselves and feel themselves. And honestly, I guess that's pretty much it for the video. We can go over just quickly kind of what we did. Learning to recognize our thoughts, our scary, anxious thoughts, from just the smallest notion or smallest sign from someone else. Maybe they're questioning your ideology. Oh, are you serious about that? And then that makes you snowball into something horrific where you tell yourself you are not worth it. People don't like you. You should never speak up again. You don't contribute. All those nasty thoughts jumbled up in your brain. Learn to step away and view yourself experiencing these thoughts. Let the thoughts, let the pain, let the scariness completely play out in your head. Let the pain come and just be an observer. Like you're sitting there on the couch watching TV, but it's you that's on TV, your thoughts, and you are studying yourself, wondering why I've reached that state. Because you can almost always get to why you feel that way. And then get to a point eventually where you can embrace the truth about yourself and know that the opinion about yourself is more important than the opinion of others. And the people that you surround yourself with, truly loved ones that care about you, will never want negativity to fall on you. They want the best for you, and you just know. I don't know how to explain it in any other way. You just know that these people truly want the best for you. And so having negative thoughts like they want you out of your life, they want you out of their life, it just doesn't make sense. And when you find that you've reached a state where you can love yourself more, turn that around for a loved one. Make sure they feel loved. Make sure that they can have embarrassing moments, but let them know it does not define them. It does not make the relationship, that moment, that everything they do from thenceforth is irrelevant, because you always, bring up how they were or how they messed up. Make sure they feel safe. Make sure they can be themselves and just truly appreciate themselves. The more you love someone, it's going to open the doors for them to love themselves more. They're going to understand, maybe I am worth loving. But it's tough to get here first. You gotta love yourself first. That's the most important. It's more important than any other person's opinion. You have to appreciate yourself. No one knows the struggles of your life like you. So thank you so much for watching, my dudes. I hope you were able to find this video helpful, and that you were able to get out of your head for just a little bit. And maybe I've provided you with some arsenal in the future when you do run into some very anxious times. Become an observer of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And eventually, when you do embrace yourself and love yourself, turn it around, use it on other people. Make sure they feel taken care of. But first and foremost, you need to achieve that within yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next